Hello, and welcome out of office. This is your weekly news show for the outdoor industry, but in particular, this week it is for the ski industry. Do have some bike stories that we'll touch on at the end, but this week is really all about natural selection ski. So if you're not looking forward to hearing about NST and what they pulled off last week, then that's totally fine. Just skip forward I don't know, a few minutes or something like that. But if you're like me and like much of the ski world that was completely enamored with this event that went live on YouTube last week, you want to hear more about it. And I think that there is so many props that should be given to the whole NST team, from the production team to the filmers to the athletes, obviously, to the organizers, to Traverse Rice and the people in the booth who have dubbed him Traverse Rice at this point. Really, really well done. I thought that I was going to hate the format. I thought that I was going to not understand it. I wasn't going to get it. It wasn't live. I knew that going into it. So I was worried that a little bit of that allure was going to be gone. I think they exceeded all expectations. It is obviously a long event, but so is any live event. You're just standing there. Like, that's the only difference. Or you're watching Instagram clips to get your updates. It's not, I think that this in a lot of ways is better. I think in some ways you lose the atmosphere, you lose the vibe, or whatever we're calling it. Other than that, I think the level of did you see how good the quality of footage was? This is from Alaska. This isn't from like a production. This is in Alaska. You got some of the nicest looking footage I've ever seen in my life. The whole thing was extremely seamless. I think being able to put the thing in post-production and letting it run obviously was a huge benefit. I think having the commentary team actually making that their great choices in people to have out there talking about this event, talking about these athletes, but also just like witty, funny, actually felt like you were watching a show. Felt like you're watching NBA on TNT and it's Chuck, Ernie, and Shaq, and Kenny, I guess. That's really what this felt like for a minute. And I think that that's really cool. And I hope that we get more of that in the ski world. I know it happens at things like X Games, but like this felt different. The production value was really, really high. That's all I'm going to say though, because I think it's one of the best produced pre-recorded events. Like, it's the A to Z, from the live stream on YouTube to engaging with people in the comments. Like, all of that stuff is really fun. And I think as a watcher and a viewer and a sharer of this content, all that to get into the actual event itself, which was insane. One, I think the athletes did not, and it was mentioned on the broadcast multiple times, and you've heard the athletes talk about it, like the conditions were not exactly favorable in Alaska, especially on the first half. Like, for qualifying, it was on a different face, on the south face versus on the north faces, where the semis and the finals went off. Very different snow conditions. All that being said, everybody's competing in the same thing. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about that. I think the location was perfect. It was beautiful. It was scenic, and it gave these athletes an opportunity to really show off some of the best stuff that they had. I think there were definitely times where you're like, in better conditions, this would look a lot heavier. Like, people could be pushing the envelope a little bit further, but for the most part, I don't think it affected too much as far as like being a viewer watching it. I think that it was really just a sight to behold. And when you talk about like the names, and on the women's side it was nuts, but like you talk about the depth of the field on the men's side, insane. You have Parker White, Kai Peterson. Like, these are people that you don't normally see in comps like these, but can ski all that stuff. Like, this is what people want. Colby Stevenson, Kai Jones, Marcus Etter, Sam Cooch, Craig Murray, like all of these, like, this is such a stacked lineup. And to watch, especially that semifinals rep, I will never forget. That's one of those, it's like Sean Pettit's 360 off that gigantic cliff that you think of in Attack of La Nina all the time. It's that same feeling I got from Sam Cooch's semifinals run. I thought it was the most complete, most perfect big mountain ski run I've seen in a competition ever. Granted, I can only count, I don't know, a couple dozen of those at this level that I could say I've ever seen, but like that, it was perfect. It was flawless. On the broadcast, they were calling it AI skiing. They were calling it, what else did they say? Oh, it's a movie part. It's a film line. And they're right. Like, I don't know about the AI part, but like, if you watch the live, and they haven't shared this clip yet, I'm sure they're going to at some point because it's insane. If you watch the live or the full video, you see on Sam's second run of semis, he goes in, huge backy to enter, then goes and like gets his ski stuck underneath a rock and like boots out flying running mans through the air, lands, gets his ski back on, and throws a 7 immediately afterwards. Like it was like nothing happened. He just booted out for no reason. This was just a free run. Like he was asking before if he could actually go ski. Like is he allowed to just go ski? It's the level that that dude is skiing at right now is insane. Now, we also need to talk about Marcus Etter's 1080. Like that was beyond anything I expected to see in Alaska. There's so much stuff that I was like, this is crazy that this is happening right now. Like it actually in the moment you're like, this is so nuts. It feels like it's happening right this second. And the reaction online was very similar to that. So props to all of them, and obviously props to Craig Davis. Cannot believe like how good that dude is skiing. Like he is on a level right now that I had never seen. I don't know if never is the right word, but I haven't seen it in a very long time. Like he's on a roll right now. The dude was sending gaps that you're like, there's no way that those two things should connect. And he's like, oh, yeah, they're 2 football fields apart. I saw somebody in the comments being like, you should measure football fields so we all understand. This is like a meter versus foot conversation. Anyway, like football fields. This dude is like jumping on the skis to transfer into the line he wants. And they're like calling it a transfer, but laughing while they're saying it on the broadcast because it's so huge. You're not like he's teleported. Like these are long distances. Like this is a video game. So shout out to Craig Davis. Congrats to Manon Loshi. Congrats to Michelle Parker. Congrats to Sam Hooch, Parker White, Craig Davis. The whole like this was crazy. It's awesome to be a part of it. I'm so glad I got to see them. For reference, I think like there's a clip of Michelle talking to herself on the broadcast before she drops this clip, and she's like, oh, you've really done it now, Michelle. And it's hilarious to see that, like, yes, these are the best athletes in the world, but also like they very much still have real fears of the consequences of skiing these crazy lines. All around awesome event. That's all we'll say on it for now. I'm sure there'll be more to come in the future, but that is a wrap on NST Ski 2025, the first ever NST Ski, I might add. For a little break from me, we're going to send it off to Henry.
Hi, Adam. Thanks for passing it on to me. It is springtime now. Temperatures here warming up. I'm in a short sleeve shirt, no more winter jacket, and it feels nice. Feels nice having these warmer temperatures. Last week had that impressive upslope across ski mountains, Jay Peak, about a foot of snow up at the summit. But looking ahead to this week, temperatures today, Monday, about 60 degrees across the region. Some rain showers tonight, Monday night, into early tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, under a quarter of an inch. So this won't be a heavy rain, and good news is most of it will be out by Tuesday morning. So through the day on Tuesday should be mainly dry with a few scattered rain showers left behind. Temperatures really through the rest of the week. Northern New England is obviously getting this time of year the coolest, but I think Northern New England this week temperatures in the 60s. We will have a few days that are going to be probably stuck in the 40s and 50s. That looks like Friday with some rain later in the day, especially Friday night and a Saturday potentially. But Thursday and Wednesday this week, it looks pretty warm, 60s, about 60 to 65 it looks like. And then tomorrow, near 70 across southern New England. And should be in the 60s across northern New England, but can't rule out some 50s, especially across the higher terrain. Again, other than the rain tonight and tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, looks mainly dry this week. And then again, watching Friday, later Friday, Saturday for the chance of rain. But I'll keep you updated. Looks like we're in a pretty good warming trend here as we head into late April and even May here. Can you believe it? I mean, May is just a few weeks away, 2 weeks away. But if you're gonna ski, yeah, get that spring skiing in, enjoy it, enjoy the sunshine. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. And Adam, back to you.
So we are going to talk about Revel bikes closing their doors. I think that this is a story that we have to talk about as much as I may not really want to because I really like that Revel team. I think they make some of the best bikes ever. They were a partner of ours for a while. It's really sad to see, but I it's hard right now. What you're talking about, we can't just blame tariffs for everything. They owe a lot of money. There's a lot of money out, and there's just not that kind of money coming in every single day, especially at that high end market. This is part of the ramifications of what happened during COVID, right? Like people were trying to get any bike they could and buy any bike that they could. Then we went to the point where everybody was like, okay, we have all these bikes. We need people to buy them, but they already bought bikes. So let's dump them and let's make them half off. Let's make them buy one, get one free, buy two, get one free, buy five, get a pickup truck. Like they were doing crazy things. Then last year kind of leveled out. It was a slow retail year, but not a like bad retail year, like kind of like that middle area. Not as bad as the year before, definitely not as good as 2 years ago, et cetera, et cetera. Now we fast forward to this year and we're starting to see like the pinch is real. Like people are feeling the need to pinch pennies everywhere. You're watching people clean house as far as their teams go. Even if you look at like a Specialized right now, they cut like half the influencers that they were working with just out of their budgets completely. And again, we don't know the whole story to that, but like there's a lot of notable names that got dropped. Same thing on the athlete side. Totally like I get it, but it's not all happening for no reason. Everybody's trying to make things as clean as they possibly can because everything is volatile. We know that like we currently have a situation where it's like we could wake up tomorrow and there's tariffs that are 100% on everything coming from my mom's basement. And it's like, if that's what this president says, then that's what we're going, Like, so I think people are very nervous. I think people are very scared as far as like what is going to happen next. And I think if they're on the fence, it's like, if you're feeling froggy, leap. And that's basically what people are doing right now. I am really sad about Revel. But I think it is what it is. Like, this is the industry that we're in. This is the world that we're in right now. Things are costing so much more than they used to. And that's just the nature of the beast, like unrelated to tariffs or COVID or any of these things that are outside of our control. Pretty, pretty crazy stuff. I mean, if we want to talk about the side of things that is being like the tariff side of things, go to Bevo's Instagram and look at Robbie talk you through what their tariffs are costing them. It was like a number that their tariffs used to cost them. It's like 20 grand or something like that. Their new number is like 240,000 is what their tariffs are from importing their bottles in. That's not sustainable. Like we can't do that. It's not, people aren't going to be able to figure that out. Like we're not going to just like build a new aluminum factory here in Richmond, Vermont. Like, I don't think that that's going to happen. And then maybe it will, but is that the solution? Is that cost going to outweigh? I don't know. So weird time in the bike industry, weird time in the ski industry for sure. We're not going to talk about some of the things that are going to be coming up in the next couple months just yet because there's a lot and a lot of them are made. So we'll talk about that stuff in the future. For now, let us know what you want to hear about as we roll into the official start to spring season next week. Talk to you later. Bye.